Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to a new video. We're doing kitchen organization today, and I'm so excited to share this with you because I've just been working on this video for the longest time. I have so many different things that I use to organize the kitchen, and I just feel like there's something for everyone in this video. Tons of different style organizers. I'm going to start by taking you guys through the organizing process, showing you what I'm using, how I'm using it, and why I'm doing things the way that I am, and then we will touch base at the end and do a final walkthrough. So if you enjoyed this video, please like it, please subscribe if you're new to my channel. I would absolutely love to have you here, and let's get started. Alright guys, so let's get started by laying out the vast majority of the items I'm going to use to organize my kitchen, and everything is either from Amazon, HomeGoods, or Target, so I will do my best to link as many items below as possible. I have some really cute stuff and of course some very functional stuff. With this house, I really want to focus on the look of things a little more than the last house, just because, you know, who doesn't want to like what their house looks like? Of course we all do. And I know with these organized spaces, if I love what they look like, it's just even more motivation for me to keep it up. Look how cute this looks. I really want eventually things to just be like very cohesive with colors, and I'm just so excited to continue making this house our home. So I'm gonna start opening things, letting them letting them sit in the sink with some hot water and soap so they can get all nice and clean. Starting out with those home edit organizers for silverware. I'm going to add in some silverware in there too. I have a new set. I know a lot of you will be surprised I didn't go with the gold this time, and I've had a few sets of gold, but it discolors so quickly, and I put them in the dishwasher, they start looking awful, so I just figured I'm gonna go with stainless this time. I know it will last a lot longer. The first space we're going to organize is under the kitchen sink, and I went all out for this space. I was really excited to make this very functional and very cute, and the first organizer was an Amazon find. 3 tiers. It's a Lazy Susan, white and gold. Really pretty. It does come in a few different colors. There's like silver legs if you'd rather have that. And then I have 2 other organizers from Target. So this is stackable on the left. It can have as many of those drawers as you want. There's 2 sizes, as you can see. And then on the other side, which I did end up flipping these, it's like a skinnier version. So the bottom's a drawer and then the top is a basket, and it just fit in here a little bit better this way. Before I organize things, I like to make sure I can fully use them, that the drawers can open all the way, the Lazy Susan can spin, and then I get started adding my items inside. So another very popular way to organize a kitchen sink area like this is with acrylic drawers. You can put your pods in them, like your dishwasher pods, outside of the original packaging, and it looks super cute. The reason I don't do that is I have a toddler, so I would rather keep them in the original packaging. They can kind of look like a little treat to little kids, so wanted to mention that if you don't have kids, that's another option, but if you do, I really wouldn't recommend doing that. And I have these really cute heart sponges. I'm going to add on one side of this drawer, and then a more traditional style sponge on the other side. And I do like that these drawers come all the way out. I think that's really convenient, so figured I would mention that too. There's not going to be a crazy amount of cleaning products down here. I really just want to focus on things I will use on a daily basis in the kitchen, or at least regularly in the kitchen. So countertop sprays, stainless steel products for the front of the appliances, things to clean out the sink, extra dish soap, extra sponges. But the vast majority of my cleaning products I'm going to keep upstairs in a closet on a higher shelf. I just don't want this to be full of clutter and full of things I'm not going to use in the kitchen. So I'm keeping that in mind. And then look how big these towels are. I got some new microfiber towels for cleaning, and I didn't realize they're like twice the size of my old ones. These come in a bunch of different colors. There's like pink and white striped. I thought I would hold off on the pink at least for this item, and I'm just really excited to use these. I love how large they are. They're really soft, and I think they're going to work great. I have 2 different sets of these. I'm pretty sure I bought 1 set of the pink and white towels I'll show you in a minute for the dishes, and 2 sets of these microfiber ones for cleaning. Whenever I do my cleaning videos, I always tell you guys that you should use a microfiber towel because they just work so well for cleaning. And here are those dish towels I mentioned. They're so cute. They do have a little hook for drying, which was a nice surprise that I was not expecting. And I love this kind of fabric for drying dishes for their intended use. But I will tell you, if you use them for anything else, like, wiping down your counters, scrubbing anything, they do stain easily. So if you use dish towels, you really need to use them for their intended purpose, or they're going to look bad really quickly. But again, it's so cute, and they're going to make me want to maintain this area. You have to find your motivation wherever you can to keep your house clean, and this is super motivating for me. We are all set in that kitchen sink area. Looks so cute in that cabinet. Can't wait to use it every day. So now we're moving on to this silverware drawer. And I mentioned I did buy some things from the Home Edit collection at Walmart, their new silverware setup. So I wanted to switch out from a traditional tray into their organizers. They're basically like a bunch of rectangles. And if you've been with me since the old house, I mentioned that these don't fit perfectly all the way across in the silverware drawer at that house. Same thing here. There's just like a little bit of space. If I had another 3 centimeters, I could fit another organizer all the way across, but I can't, so I will work with it. I need to get those feet so that the organizers stay in place, adding those to my list. But yes, I'm just using 1 rectangle for each kind of silverware, and then I'm going to do straws, and I'm going to move things around, shuffle them around, and just try out a few different options. I love to try new things with organizing. I always recommend that. I feel like that's how you really figure out what actually works for you, is mixing it up and trying new things. And speaking of trying new things, I'm using wooden organizers in this drawer. So a little bit of everything in this kitchen, which I think is totally fine as long as each drawer is consistent. I feel like it still looks good, So I have my white under the sink, acrylic for silverware, wooden in here, and then I will have white ones in the next drawer. I just kind of went with what I already had and getting a little bit more to finish out the space. So yes, these are part of the Better Homes and Garden line at Walmart. Just bought them in store, and I did shuffle them around to make sure the layout looked good and worked for us. And then I'm going to start adding in our knives. And if you're new here, my husband is a chef. We have a ton of stuff in our kitchen, a ton of like random gadgets. So this is just like his extra stuff that I can use that he doesn't really care too much about. So I'm just organizing these knives on what we use the most often and what fits where. And we're on to the last island drawer. So all of these white organizers I found at the dollar spot at Target several months ago. It was a pack of, I want to say 4 organizers for $5, which is a great deal. I have another item from the dollar spot I'll share in a couple minutes for a different space. And I wouldn't say they always have organizers, but they do have them very regularly. So if you want like as affordable as you can get, regularly check that dollar spot at Target, and I guarantee you will find some awesome stuff. And this drawer is the furthest from the stove, so this is stuff we really don't use that often, like whisks or any special tools. One thing is to squeeze a lemon, you know, just those random things that you don't use on an everyday basis. I'm going to swing back to that stove area, and since these drawers are very skinny, I don't feel like I really need an organizer in them. So I have my silicone stuff, and then I also have tongs in the other one. Things are moving right along. I'm going to focus on a couple cabinets now and do some rearranging. So when we first moved in, we had family help us. I said, just put stuff wherever you think. If I want to move it eventually, I will. And today is that day. So our coffee maker, I put by the fridge. I just didn't want it to be a focal point by the stove. I wanted my home decor over there. So it didn't really make sense that I had the coffee machine and the coffee mugs on completely opposite ends of the kitchen. I'm going to move them much closer together. And that riser I'm using is from Costco. I believe they still have those. It's basically like 2 separate pieces. One is slightly skinnier than the other so that it's fully adjustable. So, you know, based on your cabinet width, you can adjust it. I have it almost all the way out. And then on the top of it, I'm going to lay down a lot of water bottles. I do like to keep the lids separate. That way, if there's any water when I put it away, any moisture at all, it won't get trapped inside. So just a little tip for you. I'm putting the coffee mugs on the bottom, and then any other extras right above under that organizer, some of our tumblers and travel items. So this one's a little bit of several different categories. We are on to the drinking glasses now. I'm moving those right next to the fridge. I think that makes a lot more sense to open the cabinet and grab a glass, and then the water is right there versus being on the opposite end of the kitchen. So to put the glasses here, I have to move all of these toddler items, and I thought I would try something new and put these in a drawer. I've never had that option before until this house, and we have a Lazy Susan with all of the smaller accessories for his cups, like the straws and whatnot, and it's been somewhat hard to maintain maintain in a cabinet. So I'm thinking if we have a bird's eye view and we're looking down on it, it will be a lot easier. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So we're gonna try it out and see how it goes. And this bottom drawer was practically empty. There was only like 3 things in it. So I thought this would be a great setup to move all of these items, these Tupperware containers and mixing bowls, to the bottom, and then the toddler items in the middle. And this is that lazy Susan I was talking about. So as you can see, it was really disheveled a little bit here, there, and everywhere. I'm going to rinse it, wipe it dry, and then start adding those items back in. And we will see over time how this does. This was an Amazon one, by the way. I'm going to show you guys a few different lazy Susans. So I figured I would mention where each of them are from so you can see, you know, a lot of little smaller accessories for kids items, the medicine dispensers, straws, you know, just all of those little sippy cup items that are easily lost. I love keeping those in a lazy Susan, and I'm seriously so excited to be able to look at this from above versus straight out in front of me. I'm going to add in all of the other sippy cups and toddler cups in here. I have some accessories for his lunchbox, his plates, and all of that. So much easier having those items to look down on, and I cannot wait to see how this does over the next couple weeks, but I'm really liking it so far. And the next cabinet we are working on is the medicine cabinet. I like to keep these items in the kitchen since the temperature fluctuates quite a bit in the moisture in bathrooms, so it's just better to keep it in a space like this. And this is a lazy Susan from the Target dollar spot, so it was $5. I'm also going to compare it to a Home Edit one right now. This one I think is at least $10, so the wall is a little bit shorter on the sides, and it spins a lot easier, I will tell you that, than the Target one, but it's still a great affordable option. The Target one I'm using for all of Forrest's medicine, and I almost always have kept his medicine in a completely different cabinet than ours, just so it's never confused, but I am going to keep it on a different shelf, so still the same cabinet. The first one is going to be Forrest's medicine, and then the one above that is going to be ours. Here's what it looks like in the kitchen before I start opening all the drawers and doors and making it look a little bit crazy in here. I'm just so happy with the amount of things that we got done. So I'm gonna start, I guess I'll just start on one side and work my way around. And I didn't really go through these during the organizing process because it's just a ton of countertop appliances. Had to turn that brightness up quite a bit. So yes, just a ton of countertop appliances. And I will say I'm shocked that all of them fit in this kitchen. I wasn't expecting that, but yes, like our Ninja Foodie, our air fryer, our juicer, some smaller blenders, and right across from it, this one is a lot more of the same items, a big mixer, a few other blenders, and smaller accessories for these countertop appliances. This one is a junk drawer. Everybody needs a junk drawer, okay? I know this is about kitchen organization and making things perfect, but you need somewhere to throw your mail, your paperwork, extra phone cords, and whatnot. So that's what that drawer is. And this one is our coffee pod drawer. You can buy organizers for coffee pods, but I mean, they come in this packaging that rips open as a little tab on the outside. So I just feel like this is fine for me, but by all means, if you want an organizer for your pods, then go for it. And the coffee machine is right there. So they're really as close as they can get. This cabinet below those coffee pods is just a few more countertop appliances. I think that's an ice cream maker, and then a burner. Since we've done this first area, let's just finish up the island. So this was that drawer that I called the not exciting drawer. The whisks, ice cream scoops, can openers, those kind of items. This one is all of those knives. And I did say this in the voiceover, but I do need to order those things so all of your organizers don't move around in your drawer. It's just like these rubber footies you can put on your organizer. So those are on my list. And then this one is that toddler drawer. So all of Fory Boy's items. I am so excited about this. I said that too many times, but I just think this is going to be a lot easier. And with organizing, some things I like to be perfect, but some things I just like real life and practical. So his cups, they may not be in perfect rows, but at least it is easily accessible when I'm in a rush. That's really the main thing I care about for that. And then this one was all of those Tupperware items and our mixing bowls, our salad spinner. So I love having that in a drawer. Some people do put their plates in the island. If I had any more drawers, I would do that. I just feel like it makes the most sense for what I already used it for. And then this one is our cutting boards, some smaller and random like seasonal items. Those bowls have flamingos on them. That pie bowl with the bees on it is very fall. So I can get to them quickly, but it's not things I'm going to use all the time. That is what I put on those shelves and cabinets just because it's a little bit awkward to grab. I did get one of these organizers, like stand-up organizers for the cutting boards. I do need to get some of that for baking pans, but I'm going to use those way more than the baking sheets, so makes the most sense to start there. And the last drawer in here is that silverware drawer. So again, still need to get those rubber feet. One thing about these drawers is there is some dead space in the back. It doesn't open 100%. So I will store things back there that we almost never use, or I will leave it empty because it's kind of hard to get to those things in the first place. So that's just what works for me. And then over here, as you know, is the beautiful kitchen sink that really inspired this entire video. So happy with this layout. Won't touch on it too much just because you guys saw it in a lot of detail. One thing I will say though is I really cannot fit a ton of products in here because almost all of them are too high. I told you guys I just want a couple things in here. That was the plan anyway, so that's totally fine, but I did want to call that out. I measured it this way, but I did not measure it this way. So if you plan to keep a lot of products in your kitchen sink, then I'd recommend that you measure for them. This is just the garbage and the recycling. This one, I do need to get an organizer on Amazon. They have white and gold ones, like white organizers with gold writing that say it's the plastic wrap and aluminum foil and whatnot. So I do plan to get those. We have napkins in here. I'm saving these for like a party or something. It is the leftover napkins from our wedding. And then I have, what do you call this? Parchment paper in here as well. This one is going to be all of our plastic bags. We need the same organizer for plastic bags in here, but we're getting there. And then this one is a little bit awkward. So I have a wok up there. We don't use that all the time. That's why it's on an upper higher shelf. And then our like cast iron pots are right there. And we will move on to the bottom of this last wall before we do all the uppers. So I didn't do any liners in this house yet in the cabinets. I'm not sure if I will end up doing them. I do think it looks nicer without them, but the liners are very practical, so I guess you guys can let me know what you think. The wooden spoons and the tongs are in here. This one is a lot of my silicone stuff, like silicone spatulas, and then the oven mitt. And I do need those stand-up organizers for this cabinet and this cabinet. So I only have 2 of those baking sheets right now. We just moved, if you're new, so we got rid of a lot of stuff. And then that is like the cooling racks for cookies. Not sure if you can really see that. And then this one is all of the everyday skillets and pans that we use. I love these Caraway ones. I did share a code on Instagram recently for a discount, and I'm going to share it again. I don't know if it's the end of September or in October, so keep an eye out for it, but I absolutely love these Caraway pans. It comes with this organizer and it has a magnet in it, so it can be separated, like if you don't have enough room to keep it all together, or it can all be together if you have the room like I do. And these stick, so when I pull this out, it stays. Like they're so easy to clean, they're beautiful, they're stunning, they come in a bunch of colors. Haven't even reached for the old ones since I've had these, but a few different options of how to store them. And then, oh, this is the lids. So some people put their baking sheets in these. I'm still gonna use it for the lids. I love it this way. The Caraway ones do come with this to hang on a door, but I would rather just lay it flat since it's so heavy. Looks really pretty like that too. And this cabinet is really one of those room to grow cabinets. I barely have anything in there. Some light bulbs, stainless steel scratch stuff, a few cookbooks, but we'll see eventually one day that will be filled with something. And this one will eventually be a lot of spices. We did get rid of them when we moved. We just didn't have room for them. So I plan to get risers. That way I can see what all the spices are. And then I have some of the really mini appliances up there, like an egg cooker for hard-boiled eggs. Love those. And then just some random items at the very top shelf. This one is the medicine cabinet. I'm honestly not worried about it getting hot over here from cooking because this works so well, and I just don't feel like it's hot over here at all when I'm cooking. So I think this is fine for now. It's also the only skinny one. All of these are long, which is why I feel like this is the best option. So for this medicine cabinet, this is that Target organizer, and it definitely spins. I just feel like if the weight isn't exactly the same all the way around, which how could it be? It doesn't spin as smoothly, at least, as the Walmart one does. Like that one spins beautifully. So I just wanted to call that out. But yes, the kid one, and then the adult one, and then room to grow over there. We have actually a lot of room to grow, which is great. I like the plates being right next to the stove. Like you know, have something in a pan and you flip it onto a plate, and you want the plates to be very close by. So this one is those coffee mugs and tumblers. We have a couple of those Stanley tumblers that are like all the rage right now, and they fit standing up on that shelf, which I'm so happy about. I honestly avoid rearranging these shelves because, you know, they are adjustable as much as I possibly can because it is so hard and awkward to do that. And I honestly would rather have something like this than have to rearrange those. It is very, very difficult, at least for me. So that's why I didn't adjust any of them, if you guys were wondering about that. Second to last cabinet is our drinking glasses. I do plan on revamping our collection and just getting some new stuff. And, you know, our sets are kind of uneven. We've had them for years and things have broken. So I do plan on getting some new like Florida vibe ones. I'll show you guys those in a home update video. And we always keep the Mio water right next to the drinking glasses just because we grab a glass, we get ice and water, and then we squirt that in it. It tastes really good. It's kind of like an orange high C flavor. So yes, this will be a lot cuter sooner than later. I'll show you. All right, I'm showing you guys this just because it exists. I honestly kind of forgot about it though. I don't plan on keeping paper towel there. I guess Chad put it there. Just random things I'll keep up here since it's hard to access. That is a picnic basket for having picnics. We obviously don't do that all the time because real life, but it's nice to have. And then extra organizers, I think that's a good idea, is what I will keep in this space. All right, guys, so that is everything for this kitchen organization video. Really hope that you enjoyed it. Hope I give you guys some great ideas. I'm linking everything down below in the description box. I have recent videos down there and more. And yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. I would appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys right here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye.